The movie begins with a gang leader named Fine asking her assistant to get the men ready to execute a new mission. Then, another gang leader appears named Fraser, who threatens a man that he will finish him off if he repeats his mistake again. We learn that Fine and Fraser are among the most dangerous criminals in England and are the reason for the recent spread of crime in London. Then we cut to another gang where a woman named Ada is talking to her brother Edward. She asks him to stay in the car until they finish their operation and not to move from his spot no matter what happens. Ada tries to enter the place they plan to steal jewelry from, pretending to be a Russian woman and speaking Russian. Ada acts like she doesn't know how to open the door to stall for time, while the rest of the gang tries to enter from the other door so they can corner everyone at the same moment. The woman inside believes that she really can't open the door and goes to help her, but Ada suddenly hits her. At the same time, the rest of the gang enters and beats the security guard. Ada threatens the employee working there to open the safe, so she is forced to open it and gives her the jewelry. Ada takes the jewelry, but at the same time, one of the employees tries to hit her. However, Ada manages to control the situation, and the gang members manage to leave the place with the jewelry. They get into the car quickly and escape. After a while, Ada talks to one of the gang members named Roman and tells him she wants to start a family and knows he loves her. He also wants to start a family, but Roman tells her he isn't thinking about having children and that they are fine as they are. He tries to convince her to change her mind, saying it's enough that she bears the responsibility of her brother and that she doesn't need children. Ada tells him his behavior is strange, but she will still be responsible for her brother, and this won't stop her from having a family. Ada is upset, so Roman tries to calm her down. She tells him she is waiting for him to decide right now whether they will continue together or break up. Roman tells her he doesn't want to have children because their work is dangerous, and it wouldn't work to have children with them. Ada tells him she is ready to stop working completely and get away from the gang, but Roman tells her their work is important to them, and they won't know how to do anything else. Ada gets angry and asks him to leave, and Roman actually leaves her and walks away. Several years later, Ada is with her daughter and meets Roman by chance. Roman is happy to see her again. Roman is introduced to her daughter, Charlotte, and is surprised that she made the family she wanted. Charlotte is a person with special needs and cannot speak, so Roman speaks to her using sign language. Then Roman asks Ada if she is still married, but Ada evades the answer and doesn't reply. Roman says he wanted to invite her to dinner but didn't know if her husband would agree. She tells him she can't go out at night because of her daughter, but Ada invites him to their house. Roman is pleased and agrees. At night, he actually goes to their house and has dinner with them. Roman asks her again about her husband, but Ada evades his question and doesn't answer. Roman lets her know he is going to travel in 2 weeks anyway, says goodbye and leaves. Later, a gang attacks Ada's house, threatening to kill her daughter. They kill Edward's friend and threaten to kill her brother too. They let them know that Fraser has given them a deadline of only 1 day to get $500,000 ready. They take her daughter hostage and leave. Ada is devastated and tries to understand what they said. Edward tells her that he is the reason for what is happening. Ada calls Roman and tells him a gang kidnapped her daughter and that she needs him, asking him to bring a lot of weapons with him. Indeed, after a while, Roman goes to her with their old friend Curtis. Curtis tells her he will help her to return the favor. Ada tells them that Fraser's gang and Fine's gang have a lot of problems between them, and if they steal Fine's jewelry, they can cause a rift between them. Then they will distract Fine for a while until they sell the jewelry, give the money to Fraser, and then they can get her daughter Charlotte back. But Edward objects to the plan, saying he is the one who put them in this problem and he should be the one to handle it. But Ada tries to convince him, saying there is no other solution for things to go well and for Charlotte to return safely. They actually attack Fine's jewelry store, beat everyone there and steal the jewelry. Then Fine appears sitting with her grandson, trying to comfort him to sleep. Then she leaves him and goes to a secret place built in her house where her men are. The people who were working at her jewelry store appear imprisoned there so she can find out who robbed her. She tells them she is sure one of them is a traitor, but they insist they don't know anything, so she kills 2 of them. The third is forced to confess and tells her he knows one of the gang members who robbed the store, saying his name is Roman and he was his colleague in the army. He asks her to let him live so he can get the jewelry back for her, but Fine decides to kill him and finishes him off immediately. Meanwhile, Ada and those with her go to Curtis's friend's place. Ada asks her brother to stay there and not move so he can be safe. She lets him know that she and Roman will complete the operation alone. However, Curtis's friend refuses to let them stay at his place. So Ada gives him money, and he agrees to let Edward and Curtis stay with him. Then Roman talks to Ada, saying Fine needs to know right now that Fraser's gang is behind the jewelry theft until they sell it. He tells her that Ju is the one who will report this to Fine because she knows how to reach her. We learn that Ada used to work with Ju before and left her. Ada agrees to go to her. Then she says goodbye to her brother and asks him not to act on his own until the day passes. Then Ada goes to Ju, but some criminals attack her on the way, yet she manages to beat them. She reaches Ju's place, and one of her men tries to stop her from entering, but Ada hits him too. She talks to Ju's assistant, asking to let her in and giving her money. She agrees, but says she will inform Ju first. Meanwhile, Edward tells Curtis's friend what happened, saying he was the cause of the mess they are in. He tells him he was working as a driver for Fraser, and his friend convinced him to steal small items from Fraser's merchandise, which he did. He thought Fraser wouldn't notice, but Fraser discovered what happened, killed his friend, and his sister's daughter was kidnapped because of him. Curtis's friend yells at him for what he did, surprised at how he could do that to the biggest criminal in the country. Edward tells him he knows he always gets his sister into trouble, and she always protects him, and that she killed his father who used to beat and torture him. Then Edward breaks down and bangs on the floor hard, so Curtis's friend asks him to be quiet. He warns him that if his neighbor comes down, he will kill them all, but Edward doesn't shut up and raises his voice more. Curtis hits him to shut him up. Curtis's friend is worried, and indeed the neighbor comes down angry. Curtis's friend apologizes for the noise, but the neighbor attacks him. Curtis tries to hit him but fails. He runs, gets the gun, and threatens the man to leave, so he is forced to leave them alone. Meanwhile, Ada enters to see Ju. Ju is annoyed because she left work with her, but Ada tells her she came to report something important. She informs her that a gang stole Fine's jewelry. Ju says she knows this information. Ada interrupts, saying she knows who did it. She says she will tell her who stole the jewelry, and in return, Ju must leave her alone and keep her men away. Ju agrees. Meanwhile, Roman meets a jewelry dealer to sell him the stolen jewelry. He is surprised the dealer brought him to a remote place. The dealer says he has to take precautions. He examines the jewelry but discovers it is stolen from Fine. Roman tells him he doesn't know what he's talking about, but the dealer doesn't believe that Roman doesn't know anything. But he takes the jewelry anyway and gives him the money. Then the dealer talks to his assistant in sign language, telling him to finish Roman off. Roman understands and knows he intends to betray him. We return to Ju, who asks Ada to chain her hands if she really wants her protection. To ensure she trusts her, Ada agrees to have her hands tied, and Ju actually chains Ada's hands. But this is a trick, and she refuses to let her go. At this moment, Curtis's friend asks Curtis and Edward to leave. He says he doesn't want any more trouble, but Curtis tells him they can't leave right now. Curtis's friend is worried. Suddenly, the neighbor appears again and kills him, accompanied by another man. Edward runs to hide. Curtis tries to fight them, throws a fire extinguisher at them and shoots the extinguisher. It explodes and he manages to kill them. Meanwhile, Ada hits Ju, manages to break the chains, and beats her men. Ada tells Ju that Fraser is the one who stole Fine's jewelry because he wants her to look weak and wants to fight her. Ada leaves her and walks away. Meanwhile, Edward comes out of his hiding spot and finds Curtis wounded. He tries to remove the bullet from his body, but Curtis dies. Edward breaks down and cries. Then we go to Roman, who lets the dealer know he understands sign language. Roman draws his gun and threatens to kill the dealer. The dealer laughs and says he surely misunderstood, but at that moment, Fine's men arrive. Fine orders them to kill everyone. They open fire on Roman and the dealer. Fine's men ask Roman to make a deal, but he is sure they just want to trap him. He refuses their demands, tries to kill them, and indeed manages to finish them off. Meanwhile, Ada returns to the house and finds their friend and Curtis dead. She searches for Edward in a panic, but calms down a bit when she finds him unharmed. She asks him what happened. He says he is the cause of every bad thing that happens. Ada tries to calm him, saying they will save her daughter Charlotte and that they are almost done with what they are doing. Edward tells her he has been a burden on her since he was a child, and she protects him all the time while he hurts her. Ada asks him to be quiet, saying she is his big sister, and this is the role she is supposed to play. Edward promises he will make it up to her. At that moment, the friend's neighbor, who hadn't died yet, tries to shoot Ada. Edward sees him, sacrifices himself, stands quickly in front of her, takes the bullet instead of her and dies. Ada is shocked. She takes the gun, kills the man and keeps hitting him with the weapon multiple times until Roman arrives and tries to calm her down, reminding her of their trainer's words when he used to call her Wild Cat, because she never gives up. Roman tells her that her daughter is still out there, they must save her, and someone still needs her. Ada calms down and says she will go on to the end. They decide to go to Fraser, but on the way, Roman confesses to Ada that he still loves her. He tells her he isn't afraid of anything except her not being in his life again. He promises her they will get her daughter back together. Ada confesses that Charlotte is his daughter and that she never got married. Roman is happy and says he felt she was his daughter from the start. Meanwhile, Fine goes to meet Jo. Jo informs her that Fraser is behind the jewelry theft. Fine asks who gave her this information, but Jo refuses to say. Then Ada goes to meet Fraser and asks him about her daughter. He says there is a small gang that thought they could compete with the big gangs. Ada interrupts and demands to see her daughter, saying she has the money he asked for. But Fraser ignores her words. She gets angry and repeats her request. Fraser tells her that her existence is a danger to him. She promises she won't do anything if he hands over her daughter, informing him that her brother died. Fraser asks his man to bring the box he has. Fraser tells her he brought her a gift. Ada is terrified, thinking he killed her daughter, but when she opens the box, she finds Jo's head. At that moment, Fine appears and tells her this gift is from her and that she finished Jo off. Roman appears with the money, carrying another bag. Ada asks Fraser to open the second bag. He gets worried and refuses to open it. Roman opens it and shows him the explosives inside. Ada threatens to press the button and blow them all up if they don't bring her daughter. Fraser is forced to hand over her daughter and lets her leave. Then Fine tells Fraser she will take the money in exchange for her stolen jewelry, but Fraser refuses. Meanwhile, Ada, her daughter, and Roman leave the place. Ada is happy her daughter is back, but a new gang appears threatening to kill them. Ada tells them she will press the button in her hand. The explosives in the place will detonate and they will all die. At that moment, Fine's gang appears and the two gangs start shooting at each other. Ada, her daughter, and Roman hide. Ada decides to blow up the place. Indeed, the bombs explode and they all pass out. Later, Roman wakes up and finds his daughter is fine, but Ada is unconscious. Luckily, after a while, Ada wakes up. They all escape the place and the movie ends. Don't forget to subscribe to the Cinematic Rewind channel. Take care of yourselves and see you in the next summary.